That's all I needed to hear. That was $1 million, $5 million, $10 million opportunity just because in the future I was going to be able to do so many more transactions. And it came from this simple Google search. Scaling the amount of niche list deals you do every month comes down to a few factors. Most people think of, I need to have all the data right. I need to be able to gather leads with all my outgoing marketing. I need to have the perfect script. I need to have the sales skills to be able to connect with these people. And all those things are very important. But the focus of today's video is how you build that power team that enables you to scale and focus on those high-level activities. Namely, how do I find a really good title company that not only can close really fast, they can help you postpone foreclosure sales, they're helpful all the way because they understand that side of the game. And just like with title company, you also need a really good probate attorney, someone that understands the in and outs of foreclosure situations and what happens when someone passes away and there's heirs and there's all kinds of liens and title encumbrances. You need someone that can come in, fill out that paperwork, be able to talk with the lender, and be able to get these foreclosure sales stopped in conjunction with your title company. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michael Franke. This is the premier channel to learn how to connect with niche list sellers and be able to get all kinds of motivated sellers into your pipeline regularly. I'm trying to get the niche mission out to as many people as possible, teach as many investors how to connect with these sellers so that we can help as many families in need across the country as we physically can. So please like, comment, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. So where did my power team journey begin years ago? In 2020, I joined the Great Pace Morby's Sub 2 group. I was getting into pre-foreclosures pretty heavily at that time, and I started seeing, hey, you can take over these loans subject to, take them down as a rental, maybe subtail them, do all kinds of things with that. And I was trying to reach out to all these different title companies in Kansas City. No one would insure a subject to transaction. I was starting to get kind of frustrated because it was like, I've got these people that are willing to let me take over their loan, but no one will close the deal. So instead of giving up, I was resourceful. And this is the first way that you can find a really good power team member. Use Google. It's powerful. So we're going to start with Google, how to find a good title company, how to find a good probate attorney. Then we're going to go over how to find the best ones with different local Facebook groups that are local to your market. And thirdly, after we've found those really good people, we're going to talk about what are the top questions that you need to ask these title companies and attorneys to make sure that they're a good fit for you. So like I said, Kansas City, 2020, I was doing all of the postponing myself, getting on the phone, calling all the lenders, the foreclosure attorneys, dozens of calls trying to get these things stopped. It wasn't until I found a power team member that would allow me to scale the amount of foreclosures I was doing from maybe 1 a week to 3 or 4 a week. And it came from this simple Google search. I was frustrated. I got on my computer and I simply typed in, who can close subject to deals in Kansas City? So you have a few different results in here. But you scroll down, you see the great Rick Davis title. If you've watched any of my content to this point, you've probably heard me refer to him. Rick Davis has made me millions of dollars by being able to stop foreclosures at a moment's notice. He helps me close subject to transactions. But I simply saw this link, I messaged him, and I was able to put him to the test from the very beginning. I had gotten a contract on a Saturday afternoon. It was a foreclosure property. There wasn't much equity. They needed me to close it subject to. I had yet to find a title company that could do it. So I typed in that Google prompt that I just showed you. I found Rick Davis. I gave him a call on a Saturday afternoon, knowing that he wasn't going to answer. He answered the phone. I said, Rick, you don't know me. My name's Michael Franke. I deal with foreclosure properties. I've done tons of them. I'm looking for a title company that can help me with this. And he said, I know everything that there is to know about foreclosure properties. When is the sale? And I said, that's the problem. It's 10 a.m. on Monday morning. You literally have 1 business hour. So I went ahead and got that purchase agreement going. He said he did subject to transactions. I pushed that over to him that afternoon. Monday morning, he was up bright and early, fought that lender, got the sale pushed back a week, and we were able to close in that time. And I was absolutely blown away. I had stopped dozens and dozens of foreclosure sales at that point, but even with my skills, there was no way I was getting that stopped in one business hour. And that simply came because I found my who. I found my title company that was going to enable me to help as many sellers as possible, stop these foreclosure sales, and enable me to make money for myself and my company. So just from one Google search, that was $1 million, $5 million, $10 million opportunity, just because in the future I was going to be able to do so many more transactions. Now Rick and I are really close. We've done who knows how many transactions with each other. I recommend him to death for anyone in Missouri dealing with foreclosures. If you go to Rick and you're in Missouri, let him know that I sent you. Okay, so that's only one way to find a title company, though. There are many. Another option, going back to the computer here, is that you can simply go to your local Facebook groups that are oriented around real estate investing. One of the biggest groups in our area, shout out Nathan Brooks, is going to be the Bridge Real Estate Investing Meetup. I don't know how many times I've gone into that group of 12, 13,000 people, simply typed in best title company. You get some results in here and simply go through here and see what people are saying regularly. If I go down 3 or 4 posts, there's a guy named Joe, and he says, I don't know, post on here much, but I would like to give a shout out to an awesome title company. They were about to lose their home to foreclosure. Rick Davis was able to get it done really fast. So not only was I able to type that search into Google and find Rick Davis, I was able to confirm that in a search on a local Facebook group. So guys, use your resources. There are search engines out there that enable you to find the best of the best. They'll have testimonials, they'll have reviews, they'll be at the top of search results. Don't feel like it's all up to you. Let the experience of other people enable you to find your high leverage power team members. So that's title. Use Google, use your local Facebook groups in your market that are oriented around real estate investing. You will find the best of the best. Same thing goes with probate attorneys. So simply, I came across a property, it was vacant. I found out that the homeowner had passed, and then I needed to get in touch with the heir. You'll find that you need these power team members when you encounter a new thing that you haven't experienced. So don't feel like you have to find them before, find them during the process. So I needed to find some heirs, I tracked them down. They said, yeah, the house needs to go through probate. I didn't know anything about probate years ago. So what did I do? I got onto Google, going back to the computer. Best probate attorney, Kansas City was my search many years ago. And what do you know? Quinn & Quinn PC was the probate attorney that I used for many years and did who knows how many transactions. So I simply called them up. I said, hey, I have this situation on my hands. What can you do to help? Here's kind of the situation. They passed away. Here's the heirs. And they said, look, you need to do a determination of heirship, communicate that to them. Once you have them on board with doing that, pass them over to me. I will walk them through all the paperwork, and I will supply that information over to the foreclosure attorney, the lender, and I will get this sale stopped. That's all I needed to hear. I did a simple Google search. I found the right person. I found my who. You'll hear me say that over and over again. Stop trying to make yourself your who. You should be out there talking to sellers, locking up these deals, finding lending, getting these houses sold. You shouldn't be thinking about title. You shouldn't be thinking about the intricacies of probate. You should have a who for that. For me, in this instance, it was Quinn & Quinn. And there's no better way to attract a really good probate attorney than to have something on the hook. Say, look, hey, Matthew Quinn, I've got this deal right now. It's hot. Can you help me with it? Well, heck yeah. Here's what you do, X, Y, Z. There's no better way to attract a really good title company or a really good probate company than having the deal right there. You have an immediate referral, so they're immediately going to be on their best behavior, their best game, and give you every bit of value so that you keep using them in the future. So just like you can use Google to find a power team member, you can, again, get on whatever Facebook group, okay? So again, go on to your preferred Facebook group in your market, type in best probate attorney. Check out the different results. You're gonna have dozens and dozens of different posts where people recommend their people. I guarantee you if I went through here, I would find Quinn and Quinn again. So again, you're using basic search engines, Google, Facebook groups. Look for the common denominator of the people that keep showing up. Contact those people. Those are the first two ways to find some power team members in terms of title, in terms of probate attorney. What's a third, more creative way? Well, we know that if you're into niche lists, you're out there door knocking, you're out there cold calling, you see other people's marketing out there, whether it be in a mailbox, whether it be on a door, whatever, you're going to come across other people that are going after foreclosures as well. Well, you know those people, if they have experience, they have really good title companies, they have good probate attorneys. So instead of making an enemy or a nemesis out of these people out there in the field, make them a team member themselves. So what do? You go door knocking, you see someone's sticky note on the door says, I can help you, yada, 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 yada. Here's my phone number. Instead of just taking that off the door and crumbling it up and throwing it in your floorboard in your car, give that person a call. Say, hey, Mrs. Investor, I just got into foreclosures in the area. I saw that you were out there doing this. I want to work together. I want to make money together. Is there any way if I bring you a deal and I work it for free, I just bring you this opportunity, I don't even want to make a dime, would you ever introduce me to your title company? Introduce me to your probate attorney? Introduce me to your bankruptcy attorney? That's going to make them want to give to you, knowing that, hey, you're going to work a deal for me for free? Heck yeah. So guys, provide value up front. Bring them an opportunity and tell them that you'll work that deal for free, and in return, you would appreciate if you would introduce them to some of their key people. So that is a third really creative way of getting your power team together. So number one, Google. Number two, you're looking on Facebook investor pages. Number three, get out there in the field. See what marketing you find from other investors, connect with them, see if you can provide them value, and learn who the key players are that way. So now you've used your resources, you've looked on Google, you've looked on Facebook, you've connected with other investors around the area, and you've gotten your list of potential power team members. Now, what are the questions you're going to ask? You shouldn't just blindly use these people. You should interview them just like you would an employee. You're not just going to let someone come work for your company without interviewing them, without giving them a skills test, without going through that whole process to make sure they're good. And likewise, if you're going to have a power team member that you use over and over and over, you've got to make sure that they're good. So we're going to start with some key questions that you can ask a title company and some key questions that you can ask a probate attorney to make sure that they know their stuff. So number one, for a title company, you could ask the question, how much experience do you have handling transaction for properties and foreclosure? And what challenges have you encountered? Guys, they're either gonna give you a really good answer and have these slew of different items and people that they've helped, or they're gonna kind of say, I kind of just stick to the normal transactions. Guys, if it's someone that is just sticking to normal transactions, doesn't want to deal with hairy, nitty-gritty stuff, it's probably not the title company for you, and that's okay. Number two, and probably the most important, what is the fastest you can close a deal, and what processes do you have to ensure timely closings on short notice transactions? In foreclosures, you're going to have so many different sellers that come at you 24, 48 hours or less before a foreclosure sale. You need a title company that can close fast. Not one of those podunk places that takes 2 or 3 weeks. You need one of those places that's like, I can get title back right away. Sometimes we can close same day. Do not settle for a title company that can not close quickly. Raise the standard of what you expect. Interview these companies. Make sure they have a satisfactory answer. Third question, do you have experience with working with lenders or attorneys to postpone foreclosure sales? What strategies have you successfully used to delay a foreclosure sale? I asked Rick Davis that question a long time ago. His answer was, hey, back in the recession, I worked as an REO sales agent for all of these different lenders. I would go look at all the houses that were foreclosed on, connect with the lenders, figure out what we were going to list them for. So I have a relationship with all of these lenders. I have them on speed dial. I can give them a call, request a postponement, and because we have that trust, I am able to get that sale stopped. You need to have someone that gives you some sort of answer that's like, wow, that person has all kinds of experience. I would definitely love to work with them. You don't want that title company that's like, I don't really want to do that. If I did, I'd charge you tons of money. Guys, you need someone that's passionate about this, that has experience. Don't settle. Another question you might ask is sometimes there's a lot of hidden fees when title companies have fast, rushed transactions. So you might ask something to the effect of, do you have a different fee structure for expedited closings? So fortunately with Rick, he has a passion for these sellers in pre-foreclosure. He doesn't want them to get foreclosed on. He doesn't think the lenders treat them fairly. So it cost me the same as a normal transaction. You don't want someone that's going to charge you an arm and a leg for these deals. So there's 4 different questions that you can ask. You could obviously ask 2, 3, 4 more, but after those core questions, you're going to get a good feel on who's really good, who's average, and who's someone that you don't want to work with at all. So go through these questions, have those deep conversations, really connect with that title company and see who the best fit for you is. Okay, next, if you're trying to connect with a probate attorney, here are some questions that you could ask. The best way to get the best answers out of them is to have a deal on the hook, but if you don't, here are 3 or 4 questions that you could ask. Number 1, how much experience do you have handling probate cases that involve properties in foreclosure? It's nice to have that intersection between not just probate, but foreclosure also. The attorney that I used said, oh yeah, of course I know everything about probate and every nook and cranny about that, but I've also dealt with really tight timelines with foreclosure deals to where maybe we only have a week or 2 before the foreclosure sale and I got to get stuff put in terms of paperwork. I can get that done for you. So you want someone with that knowledge, not just someone who's coming into this niche space completely blind. Number 2, if I call you about a client and have a particular scenario, would you be okay with coaching me a little bit on what the probate process would be so I can educate the seller, give them confidence, sign that contract, and then pass them over to you? If they're the type of probate attorney that just wants to keep everything close to their chest until they have your money or a contract signed with you, that's not who you want to go with. My probate attorney, they're willing to be an open book, and I can give them a scenario and they can say, oh, it needs to be a determination of heirship, or oh, you could do an affidavit of heirship, or you could do a small claims probate. They will give you the information that you need. You can appear credible to your seller and move them through that process with confidence. Another key question is, what is your approach to communicating and negotiating with lenders to postpone foreclosure sales? So if you're going to have a title company and a probate attorney, you want to have them be able to work in conjunction with each other, not butting heads. They should be able to communicate with the attorney, communicate with the lender, communicate with the title company, and have it be a seamless process to where you have the best chance of getting that foreclosure sale stopped. Another key question is, hey, if I provide you a client today that needs probate, there's a foreclosure sale next week, what is the quickest that you can initiate all the paperwork needed, get that filed in with the county, and be able to get this foreclosure sale postponed? They ought to be able to say a couple of days. If it's someone that says, well, I can't even get to it until next week or 2 or 3 weeks down the road, it's not your guy or girl. You need to keep going. This has to be something that can be handled with speed. The next question is, how do you structure getting paid? Are you a flat fee type person? Do you charge a ton to handle an estate? Can you kind of lay that out for me? Most of these guys are going to charge you between $2,000 and $4,000. If it's one of those groups that's charging you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, it's not your company. You need to be working for someone that charges a reasonable rate and is willing to be honest with you. So to recap, you need to be able to use Google to find these who's, your core power team. Use Facebook groups. Ask key questions. Interview these people. Don't just let them in your circle. Make them earn it. These are going to be the people that are helping you stop these foreclosure sales. They need to be really, really good vendors, not just people that are okay, people that you're like, heck yes, I want to work with these people. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any more questions about this, put them in the comments. I'd love to serve you. Maybe I can address it in an upcoming reel or an upcoming YouTube video. But guys, it means a lot. If you would like, comment, subscribe. I want to get this mission out, be able to help as many people in niche as possible. If you are interested in joining the upcoming niche mentorship, please visit getnichenow.com, join the waitlist. I appreciate you all. I hope this was helpful. I will see you on the next one.